Now, being the strong woman that God made me, I am on a mission walking in my own power and knowledge to build up, strengthen, and be a strong advocate in my community, while at the same time adhering to the values and morals of my own race and cultures. The fire in me was ignited at a young age. And there I'm not so young. And as you can see, I like walking in my own power. I'm walking in miracles. And the only time I look down on anyone, not only a sister, is to help someone up. And that's the way we all should be. The fire in me was ignited at a young age when, like this child in this slide, felt like being out in the snow and cold, watching others sitting inside by a fire, happy and content. And I was an outsider wanting to fit in. And I was like this pencil, the pencil you just saw. Only the eraser was my hat, and I was out. Began my journey to erase the society's issues, one problem at a time. And as you can see, I did many things. I work in my community. I worked in health fairs. I'm connected to my community. And I also try to host different issues, talking about children who have no voice. Everyone has a voice, and we must listen. Drugs are very powerful in my community, so I work to eradicate drugs. I listen to my elders because I want to walk proudly because they have a story to tell. And my past is in religion and in African American traditions and cultures. I worry a lot about our young men, especially African American men. I don't want them to create problems that keep them in prison, back out of prison, in prison. Recidivism is a problem. So I talk a lot to our young African American men. I work in the community. I bring in the Office of African American Community from Albuquerque to talk about the stats in the African American community. I update our senator and our local representative on what's going on. And as you can see, I try to have a representative from every culture. I also work every year for Black History Month. It's important to know where you've been so you can know where you're going. So therefore, activities range from forums to gospel singing, speeches, one-act plays, a banquet, all during the month of February, 28 days. I said they will give us the shortest month of the year. I work with many of the hospitals in the county. We only have two, Norley, which is 28 miles from Hobbs, and also Lee Regional. But I host working with talking about diabetics, suicide, depression, also heart rates. It's very high from different problems of the heart. So I do a lot of talking, a lot of engaging with our community. Take care of yourself, eat right, stop smoking. You know, when you come depressed, you smoke a lot. Here is with the local NAACP, well, the Martin Luther King program. I host a big event every year, and I have speakers from every culture, every race, and we come together. This year, it was standing room only, so I was really proud that we're having talks. I also stand up for the women of Me Too. I, too, am a victim. Our story needs to be told. I also stand up for young teenage moms who are unwed, single. They find it hard to find someone to talk to listen to understand, and to help them. During my walks through life, I've met a lot of great people. The poet Nikki Giovanni, Dr. Martin Luther King's eldest son. I've met congresswomen. The story goes on. I've met so many great people who have inspired me to continue my walk. Maxine Waters is another. I don't know why I wasn't smiling. I think my toothbrush broke like it is now. And as you can tell, I always walk in style with my hat. Lastly, I couldn't have done all this without a lot of friends. But God has put me through a lot of great things, has placed my feet places I've never dreamt a little black, poor African-American girl will never go. But I became the 28th national president of the oldest Black Women Federation in the country. Thank you.